And when you pray then like this. Go into your room behind a closed door without company. Pray to a Father who hears you completely. Our Father who is in fact in heaven with a name hallowed and excellent knows what you need before you even ask it. Jesus stood with his disciples reciting a prayer we'd someday put on our refrigerators, knowing we'd gloss over its orders and expectations. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But how can heaven be here? Look around, it's not hard to see chaos and uncertainty. Shouldn't God have fulfilled his promise to come quickly? We of little faith forget that he meets us in secret. In fact, most of his work is done opposite of how we'd expect it. He spoke to Moses away from civilization, called faith a small seed, and told us to have hope in what our human eyes cannot see. That the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that's hidden, akin to bread baked with leaven. It goes into a fiery oven, tribulation where all the magic happens. But the leavening agent is his Holy Spirit. His kingdom come will be through us. God's will is done through his people. Like the breath of life that turned us from dust to children, it's the same Spirit that the apostles went out and proclaimed it. This coming kingdom happens deep and inward, coming down to earth through us witnesses bearing his likeness and meekness. Even now, as you sit behind your screen in isolation, he's using it, if we let him. It's his way, the way paved by suffering, done without boasting, not on street corners or in synagogues where the proud just want their glory. His kingdom on earth forms in hearts that sit quiet in prayer closets, how a womb shapes human life without eyes watching. He is preparing us for his coming. And even though he gives Satan permission to afflict us, we'll come out of this sealed and perfected. As we're forced inside to lay low and pray, let your four walls be a reminder of his protective nature. It's a picture of God working while the King of Kings laid in a tomb. It was dark and his followers were confused. But all along, God was working while the world seemed shaken. Until that third day, the Father beckons, "Son, it's time to rise. Your work has not been forsaken." Like that leaven to the bread, the Holy Spirit is asking to come in and do his redemptive work among the dead, to renew our dry branches and grow our trust in him through fire and tension. Do not miss your chance to be a reflection of God's promise to come back on a mission. It's like what Paul said in Romans, if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. We wait for him still, watching from our windows in obedience. For God's kingdom to come and for his will to be done in our homes across cities and nations, revealing his work here on earth as it is in heaven.